Welcome back to Temple Update, everyone. I'm Johnny Mehler here at the Sports Desk. The softball team had a busy week, but first, the football team found out what their competition will look like in the fall. The Big East announced the 2012 football schedule, so let's take a look at what we can expect this fall for Temple football. The Owls open up the season with the 4th annual Mayor's Cup against Villanova on August 31st. Then they play host to Maryland on September 8th before traveling to Happy Valley to take on Penn State on September 22nd. We open up the Big East play in October, what we've all been waiting for, when South Florida comes to visit on the 6th. Then Temple hits the road and travels to Connecticut on October 13th, and then comes back home to face regional rival Rutgers on October 20th. Then the Owls take a 2-game road trip, taking the field against Pitt on the 27th and Louisville on November 3rd. Cincinnati comes to Lincoln Financial Field on November 10th, before the Owls head to Army on November 17th for its last non-conference game. Then the Owls host the Syracuse Orangemen in the regular season finale on November 23rd. And with that being said, Temple football's annual Cherry and White game will be held on Saturday, April 14th, at 11 a.m. And for the first time ever, this game will be held at Lincoln Financial Field. Admission is free and so is parking, as long as you get to Lot K before 11 a.m., so get there early. After that, you have to pay $15 to park. This is the team's final scrimmage of the spring season, so come out and get a sneak peek at what the Big East Conference is going to have to deal with when the fall comes. I'll see you there. And the softball team played a doubleheader in Ambler on Tuesday against the Wagner Seahawks. In the other games, the Owls held on to a 3-2 win behind a strong outing from sophomore pitcher Brooklin White, who struck out 5 on the day. She also hit a 2-run triple, her first of her career, which ended up being the game-winning runs. In the later game, we pick up the action in the third inning scoreless with 2 outs and 2 on when sophomore Stephanie Pasquale hit her team-leading 7th double of the year, knocking in 2 runs. The Owls scored 2 more runs in the 6th, and Capri Catalano recorded her 2nd shutout of the year as Temple completes a sweep of Wagner with a 4-0 victory. And prior to that softball doubleheader, I got the chance to throw on my athletic gear and take the field with Brooklyn White herself to see how she prepares for game day. Check it out. And now to pitch these games, you got to be like in a zone to go out there and perform. So is there any kind of pregame ritual that you go through to prepare mentally, physically?
Yeah, I try to visualize before every game and just stay relaxed, and I try to picture like what the game's going to be like, and I picture my movement and my different pitches, and that helps me stay relaxed. And then once I get to the field, I'll start warming up, and then I have a specific routine for every pitch. And it's been working so far, so I like to stay in a routine. I think it helps every game.
Now, how many different pitches can you throw?
I have 4 pitches. I have a rise ball, a changeup, a screwball, and a drop ball.
I think you'll be able to show us some of those pitches?
Yeah. When I pitch the rise ball, it's usually the first one I warm up because it's my best pitch, and I like starting with the confident pitch. I usually use this little puck to start with spins, and I'll keep my stance back and just kind of spin it up a couple times. And so I just get the rhythm of bringing my arm through, and so I can get that up spin. For my changeup, I have the same 2 fingers. And this pitch, my arm swing's completely the same. It's just when I finish at my hip and my hand is towards the catcher, and I flick it. I use my hips to flick the ball to get the back spin, and that way it's slower. For my drop ball, I use the same 2 fingers, and I come through the same as the rise, except instead of using backspin, I come over the top and have a down spin, so it goes over and towards the bottom of the plate. My next pitch is my screw, so I'm turning my wrist out, and so the ball curves in towards the batter, right-handed batters.
And there's a mean curve on that screwball. Best of luck to Brooklyn White and the rest of the softball team as their season continues. And as always, you can stay up to date on the latest sports news by following us on Twitter at @TU_SportsDesk. Who knows, maybe your tweets will end up on air. I'm Johnny Mehler, Lindsay, and Derek, back to you.
Great, thanks, Johnny.